Hi everybody. Welcome to Module 1, Principles of Collaboration. The essential question for this module is how can I use the principles of collaboration to expand my effectiveness with my collaborative partner or partners? Let's begin with a definition of collaboration. I prefer the definition that Friend and Cook use. Interpersonal collaboration is a style of direct interaction between at least two co-equal partners voluntarily engaged in shared decision-making as they work toward a common goal. So let's break this definition apart. Shared decision-making as they work toward a common goal. What's the common goal that two collaborating teachers would be working on? Obviously, it's about student achievement in the content area, but it's also about students developing themselves as learners. Shared decision-making, each of the two teachers come with a certain level of expertise. The general educator brings information of common core, the rigorous background in that content area. The special educator brings expertise in working with individuals with disabilities. Combined, we have shared decision-making. The definition also includes the term a style of direct interaction. If these two co-teachers don't have time to directly interact in their planning, it is not possible for them to co-teach. So that's a critical part of the definition. It also uses the term two co-equal partners. So what do we mean by two co-equal partners? They have equal status in importance and value in the classroom, but they don't have identical expertise. A term that catches people's attention is voluntarily engaged, and I hear teachers say, I didn't volunteer to be a co-teacher, or I didn't volunteer to work with this partner. But we always have a choice about whether we are going to put ourselves into the situation and make the best of it. So there's the definition of collaboration. Now let's take that apart and look at the parts. First of all, we have teacher A and teacher B, two teachers who have been assigned to co-teach. They don't necessarily have to like each other, but they have to develop a relationship that's built on mutual respect and trust and strong communication. Now, these two teachers don't exist in the void. Over here, we'll place an administrator. We'll call him the principal. The principal has certain ideas and concepts in his head. What does this principal already know about inclusion and what it should look like? What does this principal know about collaborative teaching and what it should look like? And what does this principal think about the competencies of teacher A and teacher B? Depending on what this principal brings into the mix, he will set the conditions for them to be able to collaborate. To provide the environment for successful inclusion, this principal has provided teacher A and B with a schedule that is supportive of them working together, planning time that is structured and supportive, and the resources that they need, including professional development. Now, within that professional development, teacher A and B need to grow into the skills of collaboration, and this gets into the principles of collaboration. The first principle of collaboration that these teachers need to examine is collaboration styles. There are 4 collaboration styles that are described in my book: analyst, achiever, supporter, and persuader. Each one of you has one of these collaboration styles as your primary style that you bring into your work with another person. To find more about it, you can read in the book, but there's also a link to a survey you can take to find out your collaboration style. So each partner needs to know his own collaboration style and the style of their partner so that they're able to adjust the way that they interact. The second principle of collaboration is collaborative problem solving. Now, we all are pretty good at solving our own problems, but working with another person, especially a person that you may not know well, to resolve problems collaboratively takes a little more work. So my book lists the 7 steps of collaborative problem solving. Probably the first one is the hardest. Articulate the problem. Those of us who have been brought up to be nice don't want to bring up a problem and say, gee, there's something we need to talk about. We have a problem here. But if you can't articulate the problem and say, this is what I think is the problem from my perspective, and listen to your partner for what they see from their perspective, you can't get to a resolution, and you're not going to be using shared decision-making. The third principle is the concept of stages of collaboration. When teachers first start collaborating with a new partner, they are in the beginning stage. In the beginning stage, you're very careful with the other person. You don't want to take risks, and you're afraid that your partner is critical of your work. Then they move into the compromising stage. And in the compromising stage, you take a few risks. You say, well, I've never done it that way before, but I guess I could try it. And you start becoming a little more comfortable with your partner. And the third stage is the collaboration stage, where the two partners are so secure in their relationship with each other that they can bring up anything and there's no ego involved. They know that both of them bring a commitment to strong instructional practice with their students. Research shows that it takes about 3 years to get to this third stage, 3 years of working with the same partner. If you have not had 3 years together, you may have moments early on where you are in the collaboration stage, and that's a great thing. And the final principle is to build parity. Now, what do I mean by collaborative parity? I could ask any student in your class, tell me why you have 2 teachers. If the student says to me, oh, we have a general ed teacher who teaches us the content, and we have a special ed teacher who works with the kids who aren't so smart, then you do not have parity. They see these teachers as unequal partners. If the student says, we have 2 teachers, and I'm not sure why, but they both work with us, I could ask either teacher and I would get the answers that I need. Then you have established parity. It takes a commitment to build parity with your collaborating partner. Now, before we close this section, I want to give you 4 hints for strong collaboration. Number 1, acknowledge others. Acknowledge, and seek your own compliments. We all need encouragement to keep going. The second is be open and available to getting feedback from others. In other words, use a growth mindset. Third, think about any feedback that you want to give your partner. Think about the context in which they'll receive it. If you set the context by saying something like, I'm really committed to us improving, and I think I have a suggestion, they're more likely to hear that than if you just blurt out some criticism. And the 4th hint is be professional. Gossip can demoralize collaboration faster than anything. I like Murawski and Deeker's open and fair rule. Here's how their rule goes. You are free to talk about how your collaborative partner is doing with other people as long as your partner is present. You're now ready for the opportunity options of Module 1. Read Chapter 5, Professional Collaboration, to find more information than I could cover in this brief video. Then select one or more of the opportunity options that are listed in the e-course. Remember, the important thing is that this is your professional growth. Choose the opportunity option that matches what you want to improve in, or design one of your own. Don't forget to write an entry in your Google Journal and invite coaching. Have fun with this.